Oh, hey. I just here doing some creating. I had a client of mine, Marla Reagan. Hey, Marla, how are you doing? From organizedtime.com. And been very busy today working on podcasts and generating some things that are taking place in and around the internet. Working on a site reviewed by Russ. And one of the things that Marla asked me about is I keep mentioning this concept of the traffic circle. And the traffic circle that I talk about is really what a lot of people are doing online that own online businesses or doing online marketing. And that's taking some content, some very good content, improving their content to the degree that they can improve it, and then taking this content and putting in different places and sharing that to create additional exposure, repurposing what has already been created. So, what I wanted to do today was create this idea and kind of show you a little bit about what you can do to create your traffic circle and a few contents for your business. And so a lot of people are already blogging. They're already creating little bits of information, and Marla actually is creating some video and blogging posts and tips, and I'm helping her with that. So why don't we get into this, and I'll share a little bit more. So a traffic circle is essentially where you're taking content and then you drop it onto a post, and then you share that post to another location online, and then you make some adjustments and you tweak it a little bit, and then you repurpose it like curating content, and then it comes back. So you continue this cycle. You might take a bit of information and like a video and strip the audio from that and create a podcast or audio on demand, or you might want to do a quick tip. And there's a lot of people that are doing this now. I watched, a couple of videos today that creative people are doing this. You know, uh, uh, Gary Vanderchuck, Gary V, Ask Gary V. You can look at Jay Bear, who's a marketing mogul out and about. So there's a couple of people doing it. And if you start looking around, you'll notice these things. And so what I wanted to do was help you understand how you can use your tools to create content you love and then share it across different platforms. And so if you can actually get involved in some of these things and understand the concepts, then it'll make it much easier. And I'm by no stretch of the imagination an expert or anything special. However, I do love the technology, and I occasionally rent my brain out to people that need to think outside the box. So I have a different perspective, and sometimes that's what it takes. So one thing you always want to do is provide some value to your audience to build your community. And it's kind of like going over to a, dinner with your friends. You want to be able to, provide something, a housewarming gift of sorts, and provide something that's going to be useful. And so when people come to visit you, you want to be able to have something that they can take away, whether it be a white paper, a tip of the day, information that they can use, something that they can say, I get it. I understand. It makes sense to me. So one of the things you want to do is if you don't have a website, give me a call. I can help out with that. If you do have a website, you can always start with your website. You can actually start posting on your website. And then what you could do, and I'm going to show you this, is you can actually take and go to social, have your links, come back to a post, and then come full circle back to your website with social. And one of the things that you want to do is have on your website, and one of the things that I'm developing every time I turn around is something. What is it that I can actually provide? Because I provide services, I provide consulting, I help people build their podcasts. I do done for you services, and I'm improving my process in order to get that story out. So I don't have to tell it every single time somebody says, "Hey, well, what exactly do you do?" I have people that know me for years and still have a hard time really knowing what I do, and that's a challenge. So one of the things you can do is, let's look at some examples. So on this site here, I love to experiment. I love to check out new stuff. And so Reviewed by Russ is a site that I do that. I create video, I create posts, I create audio files. And one of the things that I've been doing is on this random thoughts, or actually, let's go to creative. Creative. So here I go. So I wanted to create something that was kind of fun and unusual. So I went to Canva. I go to Canva, which is a tool, online tool. It's free to use. I have another video that you want to watch if you want to learn more about Canva. And so you create something that you want to share. So then you download it. You can actually share it from here directly, although it does tag that and label that. And I like to be able to illustrate my brand here. Dare to share is another tagline. Enjoy the day. Some of those things that I like to do. So what you want to do though is you actually have your post right here. And so when you're looking at this, I actually have a plugin that I can actually, let me go back to creative, and I can actually pin this. So I'm going to just pin this on Pinterest. Oh, and if I could spell it, it'd be great, huh? So let me pin this inspiration. If I could type it, even be better. So then, okay, so I've taken it from Canva, uploaded it to my website, so I can actually have some opportunity here to share it. And I've got a plugin also that I can actually tweet this. So let's just tweet that. So I can tweet that right from there, right? So think of this. I have one post. I've now pinned it. I've tweeted it out, and I could actually also share it on several other locations. But let's just stick to a short, simple equation here. So then you actually go here. Let's refresh. Let's see if it shows up. So here you go. You look at the pin, and there it is. Now it's found on Reviewed by Russ. So you can actually visit the site, like it, and you can share it. So now I don't have this account. I have another account, Russ John's account, tied with my Facebook account. However, you can come back and say, "Oh, I like that," and then it brings you right back to Reviewed by Russ. So interesting enough, when you're actually looking at this and you're thinking, okay, well, where else does this show up? Well, let's go to russjohns.com. And russjohns.com is another site that I hang out on. And so when we're actually looking at the social feeds, I use a plugin called, what is this? Rebel Mouse. Rebel Mouse is another way of sharing. So all of a sudden, here you go. This is just like the same thing. Here's another one I shared, Pinterest. So you can go to Pinterest. Okay. Found on Reviewed by Russ. And now it takes you to a different page. So actually I can go around and look at this and decide, okay, well, where does this show up? And people start, okay, well, this is kind of interesting. This is, this is kind of, I'm curious about this. So gain some curiosity. What's missing from this, though, is if we go back and we go into the traffic circle, it's pinned on Pinterest, right? So you can actually share it from Pinterest again. What I don't have is on my website a call to action on my products and services. So I need to build that in my website. So I have the traffic circle building up, and on Reviewed by Russ, I don't have any products to sell yet. However, one of the things that I will be doing is there's another team I'm working with on podcasting by professionals. There's a very exciting movement in audio on demand and podcasting. So I'm incredibly excited about it. I love what I'm doing. I love helping, and so what you want to do is you create this traffic circle and have something coming back to your website that you can have a product or service that you can share for free, deliver value, build a community, build your tribe, get your engagement up and operational, and continue to grow that list and engage with those people. And there again, Russ Johns, sometimes I rent my brain out to business owners when they have to think outside the box. So thanks for being here. Hopefully this was educational, informative, and kind of makes you think a little bit. So I love to help you, love to engage with you at some level. Track me down on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, and I'll see you on the other side of the mic.